All right, welcome in. I'm M. West with my co-host Sperry, and this is Press Start to Chat, and this is episode 3. And we're going to be talking a little bit about life, just catching up with each other, seeing how each other's doing, and talk about the different events that we've been dealing with as men, as dads, as just human beings. So, Sperry, what have you been up to?
Dude, all kinds of stuff, man. Did you say we got a name too?
Yeah, Press Start
Did you
to
tell
Chat.
everyone?
I said that in the announce. Well, I'm
Oh,
out.
okay.
I'm out.
I miss.
out.
I was so focused on just the sultry sounds of your voice, dude. I
Yeah,
was
thank
like,
you.
did
Appreciate
he
it.
say that?
Yep.
Actually, when you first did the intro, you said, "Hi, I'm Sperry and this is M West," and I was hoping you were gonna do it that way too. Just mix our names up.
Oh wow.
I
I
thought
should
that would be
have.
funny.
Well, we
You
got a
should have, dude.
name. We got a name. We decided on a name. We created the logo and everything for the YouTube channel, and we've
Mhm.
landed on Press Start to Chat, which I think is a great name. And then kudos to you for putting together like all the banners and colors and all that stuff, man. I think you did a really great job.
Thank you, man. Dude, I did the easy part, man. You set up the YouTube account, you set up emails, you set up passwords. I don't know any of that stuff. So if this goes south, man, it's these are all yours. You get all the endorsement deals, everything goes to you. So I feel
Yeah.
like I need to know some of that
It's on a
information
one.
now.
It's on a one sheeter, guys, on a shared Google Docs. Very 100% have access. I'm
I do.
not a stingy person when it comes to those things.
I do. I just haven't checked it. Hell yeah, dude. I've been up to all kinds of stuff, man. It's been a couple of weeks since we did episode. You've been sick. I was sick. Then you were sick again. Dude, the emails and the Discord messages coming in, just asking us when that next episode's gonna be, man. It's
Oh yeah.
been crazy, dude. It's just flooding in. People are hounding me.
Ah.
There's people outside my house right now writing because we didn't do another episode yet. So,
Right.
no, dude, I've been back to work a little bit more.
Okay.
Um, Monster Hunter Wild came out. I think you know that game. Maybe
Yeah,
you've heard of it.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this cool game, dude?
So first thoughts, like when I played the demo, I was like, it's okay, right? And I have Monster
Mm,
Hunter World, and I couldn't get into that. I bought it for my son. I was like, this is a game he and I are gonna lock into. He was much younger at that time, and neither of
mhm,
us enjoyed it at all. And so leading up to Wilds, I was still a little on the fence about it, and then it finally released. And so now I'm playing it. I'm kind of playing it more alone than necessarily on stream or with a big group, and I'm starting to fall in love with it. I'm having a really good time, but that's because I got some downtime off stream without friends. Well, do this, click here. I appreciate the feedback, and I want to learn how to play as best as possible, but nothing beats you just kind of running around in the world and trying to explore and figure things out for yourself. And that part is where I really pick up on, all right, I need to do this. Oh, this little thing that I didn't recognize. Yeah, that makes sense. So I brought it back to stream and I
mhm.
played and I had some people join me. I defeated some huge bosses. I defeated some huge bosses by myself that I didn't think I could do. And that feeling of, I, did I just beat some Dragon Muzo Kuz, whatever crazy ass names?
Dragon. I know that the names are crazy, man. Zudong Wang
Yeah, yeah.
Shum
I,
Dingaling, dude.
I asked the question. I was
That's
like,
my favorite monster.
I'm not being like racist or anything, but why is it that the I guess the Asian part of the world can come up with, these unique monsters and names? Like, we have Pokemon, we have Monster Hunter. How come they're
Mhm,
able to
mhm.
do it, but we have nothing in the US that kind of hits this level of random weird monsters and things like that. But anyway, back to your point, the game is great. I'm enjoying it and I'm falling in love with it the more I play it by myself.
Nice, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, I kind of went through the same thing too. Like I played it a little bit on stream. I played a
Uh-huh.
little bit off stream. I got an early release too, thanks to Capcom and the SML podcast. Um, and I don't know, man. The same feeling too. Like playing it with other people that have
Mhm.
played it 1,000. All the Monster Hunters previously. This
Right.
is my first Monster Hunter too. Um, I feel like it's a lot of pressure,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I played with a couple of people that just they're like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. We're getting in there, and they start fighting a monster, and it's dead like by the time I get in there,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh. Dang, I'll help out a little bit. I'll help carve his body up. How's that, guys? You know, and so I also really enjoy like I have a lot of friends that are into it and
Mhm.
they say that this one is really like easy to get into.
Mhm.
It's very user friendly. There's like you get the secret, however you say that thing's name, you know, to like ride around on, you
Okay, yep.
know, and you get like all these different weapons they allow you to try out and you get to keep the weapons, you know. There's like so many good things about it. I feel like I very much compare it to like if you were getting into From Software games, this would be Elden Ring, you know. If you're getting into
Yeah.
Monster Hunter games, this is the Monster Hunter to get into,
Okay,
you
I see
know.
what you're saying.
Kind of
Yep,
kind of
I
leads you into
agree.
the other ones, you know.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's taking up a lot of my time. But yeah, it's been fun, man. I
Good.
like it a lot.
Um, I guess what else have you been up to?
Well, I got sick. You and I were talking remedies the other day a little bit too. You know, a little garlic, dude, a little honey. And I've been, dude, recovering from that actually today, dude. So I had a little epiphany. I've been kind of down on myself lately, you know, and I was like, oh man, you know, I don't look as good naked as I did in that photo that I sent you. So I was like, it's time to hit the gym again, man. You know, it's time to go full force. And I actually looked up a workout plan that I had downloaded. Almost there we go, dude. Woo! Look at that bod, man. Dude, a picture even Burt Reynolds would blush to. But but yeah, so I was kind of thinking about it and I was like, you know, I should hit the gym again. And so actually this morning I woke up just before 5 and I hit the gym. Did a chest and triceps workout, dude, and got it and then came home super tired. But I really want to try to stay like consistent on that too, you know,
Okay.
especially being the time we had down for being sick and then, you know, getting back to work and everything, you know, I feel like it's always like a long recovery before you start like pushing your body again, you know.
Yeah, it's like I have this rule where it's like if it's shoulders and below, you can still work out. Or wait, if it's shoulders and
It's
below,
like
you
3.
gotta take a break. And if it's shoulders and above, you can. It's like just a head thing, and then you can still work out. So that's always been my rule.
Mhm.
So I actually trained yesterday, and then I just kind of ran out of time. So it was either train, not do the pod,
Yeah.
or miss out on something at work. Like I feel like I'm always running out of time in the daytime, and I used to get up super early in the morning, like at 5, and start my workout. And now
Mhm.
when I get up in the morning time, I'm researching for my stream. So I'll consume news, scroll, do all that different stuff, and then I log all those videos and I drop them into like a folder, and then I go back
Mhm.
after I've collected, a good handful. Like maybe this Friday, I'll probably go in and start lining things up, or Saturday morning for my stream. So I use the morning time as my time to kind of get ready for streams, for the weekend. So I don't know. I just
Gotcha.
always feel like I'm running out of time, and then I have to pick up my kids and do this, and then work has stuff, and there's always something happening.
Yeah, you kind of talked about before. We've talked about burnout before, you know.
Hmm.
What do you have any like burnout remedies or do you what's like you know, like I kind of feel the same way. Like I do so many things and we take on so many projects, you know, throughout the
Hmm.
day that even like doing just like some self-care, like workout, you know,
Hmm.
doesn't feel I don't feel like I have enough time in the day just to take care of myself. So what's like a couple of things that you like to do to what's
When
West time like?
Whenever I talk about this, I feel like there's a certain group of people that people will always feel offended, but like I feel like it's
Mhm.
not if but when burnout comes for you. So like when I'm off from streaming, when I'm taking a vacation, when I'm taking a break from my normal job, I take a break from streaming. A lot
Mhm.
of people is like, hey, you know what? I work full time, and now here's my opportunity to finally get down and streaming. But streaming to me feels as good as it feels. It does feel like a certain like work. You're
Mhm.
focused, you're paying attention, you're engaging with people, you're reading chat, you're doing all these different things. Some of us, we do push-ups. Just very sometimes you're like singing, you're playing guitar, you're doing a bunch of different things. And after stream is done, I sit there for like an hour just trying to decompress, and I'm like, I don't know what just happened, but I'm exhausted, right? So
Yeah.
my way of dealing with it is when I'm off from work, I'm off from streaming. So I take last year we went to Hawaii for a vacation. I was away from streaming. During the holiday, I took off for 2 weeks for Christmas, and I was away for streaming for that time. And my friends were like, "Ah, you're taking a lot of vacations." Well, yeah, because I don't want to get super burnt out and be like, "Man, I hate streaming. I don't want to do it today."
Mhm.
I wanna still be excited about it and, Get Level, who I had on the podcast, not another a different podcast I do,
What?
was like,
No, I know.
if you have to convince yourself to do something that you enjoy, that's supposedly supposed to be fun, and you're doing the wrong thing, you're going at it the wrong way, so,
Mhm.
you never wanna get to a place where were feeling burned out. Take healthy breaks away from content, just like how you're off from work, you need to be off from streaming, and you need to take it's very sometimes you take trips, so you go snowboarding, you do stuff with your son, you went to the zoo, so I feel like
True.
you're in a perfect place to where, you won't be getting burnt out like other people because you're doing these, healthy activities with your family away from content.
Well, I definitely think, there's good breaks, and then I feel like there's too long, like, I feel like sometimes I take too long of breaks, like,
Mm.
I do video content, and, like, the review stuff, on YouTube and everything, and I sometimes feel like I'm, like that pressure in the back of my mind, like, "Hey, you haven't posted a video on TikTok in a while," or something, or on YouTube, or, "You haven't done a one-minute game review," like, "Where's that one gonna be?" And, I some of that, like, pushes me a little bit too, and then I almost feel, like, more burnt out, because of that. Like, does that ever happen to you?
So it sounds like you need some type of accomplishment. Like you need to accomplish or do one thing. So like if I
Mhm,
didn't do something on streaming, I need to have at least put out a video. And if I didn't put out a video, I at least need to do a short on TikTok. And so like I do get that way. So like right now what's
mhm,
nagging at me is I haven't been able to put out a YouTube video, and it's not for lack of content. I have the stuff that I actually want to put out and make. It was
mhm,
like I got sick, and then in my personal life I'm moving jobs, right? So there was a huge bunch of stress that came with that. But then if I take a step back and I look at what's been going on with my streams, the worse my personal life gets, the better my streams go, right? So
yeah,
I feel
true.
I feel like I have to be thankful for something
Uh-huh,
versus feeling like I'm missing out. So my streams have been going well. I'm still planning those. I need to do like a crumble cookies. I just had an event where I ate PP chips on stream and vagina chips and things like that.
yeah,
So
you did, dude.
I'm still doing stuff, right, to kinda make myself feel proud, and
Mhm,
sometimes we need to remind ourselves like, "Hey, you're doing an okay job at, something content-wise. Don't
yeah.
knock yourself down too bad."
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, there's definitely different levels of it.
Mhm.
Just I think we were talking about that the other day too, where there's streamers who are really good at YouTube,
Yeah.
like, video content, and then there's
Mhm.
streamers who are really good at the live content.
Yep, yep.
And I feel like we definitely have the live content locked in. We're top tier here, dude.
You're pretty good, Spirit. I feel like there's areas of opportunity for me to get better at constantly, and I'm not saying like
Mhm,
I'm about to go take an improv class so I can get better. There's times where like I'm playing Monster Hunter, and this is for a first time in a long time. I looked up at myself and I was like, I haven't said shit to chat in a while. What the hell is going on
I
here?
noticed that.
Monster Hunter really has me locked in. People are like used to me. Fuck the game. Wes isn't playing the game. He's gonna talk to us the whole time. And for first time in a long time, I'm like,
Mhm.
focus. I'm not streaming.
Dude, you are same dude, same thing just
Okay, we're
happened to me too.
2:30. That's my daughter. She's like, you're streaming, but we gotta go pick up my son. I'll let my son walk. It's raining. He'll be fine. But yeah,
Too easy, man. Same thing just happened.
but I want to get better at, I guess, talking through what I'm doing, and I haven't had to do that in so long that
Mhm.
that's an area that I can improve in talking through what's happening on screen, so I don't seem like I'm just ignoring folks. But yeah, to a certain degree, there might be moments where you're locked into a game, but that feels really weird to me, and I'm not okay with that.
Your streams, not to, boost you up or anything, because I'm always trying to tear you down. But your streams have been awesome, man, dude. Your numbers are up there, dude. Your content is great, dude. I'm loving the streams, dude. I think that's great. You're doing a really good job.
Thank you.
Um, yeah, and dude, I think we all kind of experience that too.
Mhm.
You have so many distractions. I mean, you're like you said, you're trying to pay attention to chat. You're trying
Mhm.
to pay attention to the story in a game,
Oh, yeah.
or not you know get unalived by a spike or whatever it is, or a giant crazy monster. It's a lot of split attention in those kind of situations, dude. And sometimes you just gotta lock in, man. And people know, people are still there for it, at the end of it, and then just get silly after.
You know what's been really cool to watch? So watching you play retro games, and I have multiple friends that like, you know what? I'm gonna jump into retro games and I'm gonna do this. Mr. Angry Troll is a friend, right? And
Hmm.
he loves retro games. But retro games is hard to have an audience stick by you and watch you the whole time, and I watched you beat Metroid, and we were all there trying to "Is he gonna get through this? What's gonna happen next?" And I don't know, maybe you got the juice, I don't know what it is, but something about how you're going about your retro gameplay has people locked in, and I really wanted to see wait, did you beat it underneath the time that you said that you were gonna beat it on? Oh, you actually do have runs where you did it really fast? Oh, wait, you're
Hmm.
talking to us about Samus and how like, whatever you're doing a good job at, bringing in retro content into your stuff and keeping us entertained, so
Thank
you're
you,
doing
man.
great too.
I mean, to be perfectly transparent, I have no idea what it is. I think part of it is, so I am using, I think I told you this before too, and I've told everybody on stream that I'm using the original Super Nintendo we got for Christmas back in 1994, 95, something like that.
Mm,
It's my brother's, and my brother and I have been passing this thing back and forth for the last 30 years, between the two of us. And that's why we have the system, we have so many games. I mean,
uh,
I've shown you the bucket full of games,
mhm,
but this thing has traveled, all the way across the country. It's been to New York, it's been to California, like it's been all over the
mm,
place. So which is really cool as far as people coming in and being into it. I don't know what it is. Honestly, I think it may be that I'm playing on a cartridge and on a system, and I've got the converter and not like an emulator, to like
mm.
go through it. So, but I'm blown away. A lot of the things that I've been doing lately because my PC was fried, um is kind of turning around, and like people are like coming for those things. Like I was doing the Mario Kart Mondays,
Mhm.
and
You're a cheater. You're a cheater.
I- dude, dude, there are so many people that are so much better than me, and it's always a good time. It's always a really tight pack, dude. And I feel like
Mm,
everyone's like getting, maybe it's just the perfect timing with the announcement of like the Switch 2
yep.
and Mario Kart, more people are playing. But I feel like the Metal Mondays kind of dropped off a little bit, and then Mario Kart Monday, dude, we have a packed house every single time. So, and that's something I used to do when I first started streaming as well, too, and it just kind of slowly died out. Maybe these things will die out again here shortly, and I'll have
Mhm.
to evolve and switch it up again. I mean, it always does, So, but it's just riding those flows, man, fighting those trends, meeting new people,
Mhm.
and I mean, I guess we'll see. I don't know what game to play next on the Super Nintendo, but I also have an N64 that I could switch to one of these days too. But I got a lot of options, so
I was,
that's
uh,
always good.
I was interviewed by Lotta Teeth,
Hmm.
and I was telling him that every 3 months or so, right? It doesn't have to be perfectly 3 months, but about every 3 months, I'll switch out some content. I'll delete
Hmm.
something. Something will go missing from my stream and never come back again. And I'll
Yeah.
bring something in totally new or something will present itself. And I don't know what that thing is. And so like you were doing Metal Mondays, and then all of a
Hmm.
sudden now you're doing Mario Kart Mondays. And I don't know if it was, like, your intent just to do it, like, life threw some curveballs at you, this thing happened, you brought this other thing in, but you've completely switched out what you were doing previously, and then
Hmm.
now you see this, uptick and people are locked in, people are doing this and having a great time with you. I feel like, if you're conscious of changing out your content every 90 days and not to where it's stressing you out, but where it's kind of happening naturally and maybe somebody brings something up or you try something new and it just refreshes your stream and it feels like energetic, right? Not that the
Yeah.
Metal Mondays wasn't fun. Now you have this thing, you got me and my daughter pissed off, then you bring your partner in. She's
Yeah.
kicking butt. I don't understand how two people can be that good on a split screen. Doesn't make
She's
sense. Seems like
all
they're cheating.
chaos.
right? But you're doing well with it, and it's because you allowed this change to happen on your stream, and I think more people need to do that. Allow changes to happen. You don't always have to come down and play the exact same game every single
Mhm,
time. Switch it up, have a theme, have an idea, change things up, and people will appreciate the variety in your
mhm.
content.
I think that's the biggest point of all that too, is the variety. I mean, if you are a
Mhm.
variety streamer, as soon as you fall into this trap of I'm playing all the new games that are coming out, you're not I feel like you're not really a variety streamer. You're a variety gamer at that point.
Mm.
You're playing different games, but your content is exactly the same. And that's
Mm.
not a bad thing. Like we all kind of fall into those things. And I
Right.
think Twitch especially like the stream is awesome. Like the fact that you can just go jump into a channel and find a cool human, or personality based on
Mhm.
a video game like is incredible.
Yep.
But I would say there's definitely a difference between a variety gamer and a variety streamer, and you got to figure out, are you a variety streamer or are you a variety gamer?
No,
So
define it
that
for me. Tell me, because I'm scared that I might be a variety gamer.
well, I would say we all like in general we all kind of follow that like variety gamer or variety like content creator, kind of thing.
Okay.
um, where you kind of have your I would say you kind of have your one thing or like within this same vein, you know what I mean? So if you're playing all the new hot games, like I would say you're more of a variety gamer, like you like to play a difference in games. If you're a variety content creator, variety streamer, I would say like you kind of touched on like one day you're playing retro and the next day you're
Mm.
reading a book on stream and the next day you're like playing guitar, and the next day you're doing this and doing that, and like
Mhm.
insert what it is here, bringing your community that you create into like new environments and have them experience like your life like with you, because this is definitely a golden opportunity to find people in all those areas.
Yeah.
And maybe you come into my stream and you don't like the retro game I'm playing, like that's fine. Maybe you come in next time and you really like, say I'm playing guitar, or tufting, and then that piques your interest, and so you stay for that one. And I think to kind of play along the numbers game too, it really just depends on what you're doing. Like are people coming for the music? Are people coming for the games? Are people coming for the crafts? I mean, you want people to come for you ultimately, but you also want to give everybody a chance to kind of like get some spice in their life. You know what I mean? I don't know. What do
Uh,
you think about that?
so I use a different term when I describe myself. I describe myself as a variety chatter, because
Hmm.
I will play like trending games and new games, and they've always said to stay away from the newest games because we're gonna show up lower on the I guess the main page where people are scrolling looking for the games. But I
Hmm.
don't let that deter me. If it's something that I'm excited for or something I've been looking for, then I'll still
Yeah.
play it. And if you can't find me in a directory, you can't find me. But I always try to open up my stream with a variety of different topics and things that I want to look at, that I want to discuss with the community. So
Hmm.
I feel like there's room for all sorts of variety people.
Yeah.
But I guess we're humans and we're multi-layered, right? So I try not to
Yeah.
like let myself be stuck underneath one bucket for too long. Like sometimes I'm following the trends and I'm playing the current game. Sometimes I'm doing some weird shit and I'm playing a one-off horror game that I've never played before. Sometimes I'm eating pee-pee chips and doing giveaways. Sometimes I'm doing interviews. Right? I just want to have fun on my channel and
uh,
meet interesting people like you're saying. And then
yeah.
right now I'm looking for this new thing that I wanted to kind of bring up and get your opinion on, which was luminosity. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I feel like I have. Give me a quick rundown
I'm trying to see if I can find it. So
on that.
basically, Luminosity, they're giving creators it's $100,000 cash. This
Okay,
is your
I'm listening.
chance. Everybody's gunning for it. We want to find the next rising star. This is your chance to join Luminosity and win $100,000 contract. Apply below, and so you basically apply and send them a video and join their Discord, and become active. And, it's just an opportunity for, a streamer or a content creator that's been struggling that, may need some money, opportunity to become a rising star. Tell us why you want to do this thing. But the reason why I bring it up is because
It's not bad.
I feel like this is bull. I'm not like super against it, right? So I don't want like like some of my friends are hosts of this thing, but like they
Uh-huh.
they they get us involved and get us so hyped. And there's content creators that really need a chance, right? They're really struggling to make it. And they
Mhm.
join these things and we build this luminosity up so high and they're getting all our free interaction and momentum. And in the end, you don't win anything. I'm not saying don't try, but just be mindful of where you put all your time and energy, especially when it comes to these things. Like what?
Yeah, I think that's the same with like any of those things, like the manifestation, or like trying to like grab something,
Hmm.
it's always coming with highs and lows, if you get it, obviously, like imagine winning the lottery or playing the lottery,
Right.
like every time those numbers are pulled, you're like, "Oh, this is gonna be the time. This is it," And then it's like, "Oh, I had a 2 instead of a 7. Darn it," And
Yeah.
so you don't win the $1 billion prize, but then you go play next time too, But there's definitely it's that ride, Casino is another example, like one more, dude. I was up
Hmm.
$200 like an hour ago. Now I'm in the hole 1,000, So I mean, I think a lot of these smaller creators or just creators in general, like need a space, need an opportunity. It's hard to have a job and also stream and create content and have a. I mean, for you and me, we have families and kids, and then they have lives too that we have to like kind of be in control of as well. So I mean, $100,000 would be great. Take some
Right.
time off at least one of those things, Maybe the kids or something. No, just kidding. But here's $10,000, kids. Go get out of my hair. But just kidding. But yeah, I think it's a good opportunity. But then yeah, you also have to like come into it with a grain of salt too, and be like,
Yeah.
I may not win, and that's okay too. Like I'm still gonna push and still gonna grind. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. So.
Yeah, so like whenever I get approached by like a brand or a lot of these earlier, like when I first started, it's like, wait, what do you want from me? I'd go look at the like, yo, I got more followers than you. You better leave me the hell alone. And
Mhm,
so
mhm,
I don't know. I'm always a little wary whenever it comes to contests and things. And like a lot of my friends became Elgato partners and things because they
mhm,
took that opportunity to showcase themselves and make videos. Luminosity, doesn't seem too far off. You can go ahead and throw your hat in the ring, but I also think that you need a community that supports you and wants you to win and will look at the videos and vote and things like that. And I think that's where
mhm,
some of us that spend time building communities and friends and relationships can really shine.
mhm,
However, for me, I don't think it's the right timing. I'm a little stressed out about my new job and different things I have going on. So this just isn't something for me. But I also want people to be mindful and careful, and you'll spin up your wheels trying to do this thing, and then it doesn't amount to anything. And now what? You've lost opportunity making your own content. I guess my
yeah,
point is believe in you, take some risks, but do it a little bit more calculated, and don't just go all balls to the walls for, the what sounds like you could potentially win $100,000. It's going to be
mhm.
very difficult.
Well, I mean, I think that's the biggest takeaway is, do this because you wanna do it,
Hmm.
Do stream or make content or do whatever you're trying to do, because you wanna do it, not
Hmm.
because you feel like, I mean, money is nice, but,
Real
we're not
nice.
guaranteed to, making money as, doing 3D printing or whatever you're gonna get into today, kinda thing. So,
Yeah.
do it because you're really interested in it, I think is the biggest takeaway from that, right?
Yep. All right, what else we got before we wrap this up?
Tell me about those pee chips, bro.
They didn't taste good. They had like a dill-ish flavor, salty, and then sort
Okay.
of bitter at the tail end, right? But it wasn't like the
I mean, yeah,
grossest.
classic.
It wasn't like the grossest thing I tasted, but definitely like not what I expected.
Okay.
That company makes. They sent me some of their other chips, so they sent me like Carolina Reaper chips. Those
Okay.
were really good. So they make some really fl- great flavor infused type chips. So the Vijay chips weren't that bad, but the BB
Well,
chips were a little bit rougher than I expected. And then me being sick and on medication, it all like the combination of stuff just kind of made me feel ill. Like on a
Oh
normal
yeah,
day, I'd be able to just like I'd eat them and just move on and not even
you
show.
tear up those PP chips, bro.
Yeah, but that day when I ate them, it definitely made me feel sick to my
Yeah,
stomach
you had
instantly.
I get it, dude. I You had to hold back a little bit, dude, on the PB chips. I get it, man. Yeah, no worries, dude. But
They hit
the
the Oh, go ahead. They they hit the back of my throat and it just would not stop.
oh my god, there's so many phrasing in this. Which did you like better, the PB chips or the Vijay chips?
Vijay chips.
Okay, all right, cool. What did you said the Vijay chips were better? What do they kind of taste like?
Salt, vinegar, and a hint of shrimp or seafood or seaweed or something. So it wasn't too bad, but it's definitely better.
Oh my god, that's incredible, dude. I love that. Can we say the company? What's the company? There, do you
I
want
don't
to?
I don't know the company off the top of
Is
my
it
head.
they're like Crave or something like that?
Something like that. Let's see.
I was looking at their other chips too, and I was like, dude, actually a lot of these look really good. I had to dig a little bit before I found the two you
Chaz.
mentioned. Oh, Chaz, there we
Chaz.
go.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh god, that's funny.
But they're really pricey. So I mean, but the bags are sizable, but it's like $40, but they have like Christmas box
Per
sets.
bag?
No, like for both like $20 a piece. But like with
Oh, okay,
shipping and
okay.
everything, it came out
Whew.
to be like 40.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the
That's
Carolina Reaper
wild.
ones were really hot. Basketball fan set. They got a lot of cool chips.
That's awesome, man. Very cool. Very cool. What do you got going on this coming week, man? I know we got to wrap this up, but what's some things you want to tell us to look forward to?
I want to kind of get my crumble cookies and chatting back on track. I
Hmm.
haven't been able. I have a guest in mind, but someone that I definitely want to secure, and that's just my opportunity to talk to a content creator who's consistent and doing well within the content space to figure out how they do what they do.
Yeah.
And then of course this podcast and then I don't know, and just try to survive the next 3 weeks until my schedule gets a little bit more settled down and I can
Hmm.
kind of update the community on when they can expect to see me moving forward. So
Nice,
that's what I'm kind of working on this week. And then maybe throw out a YouTube video or two. That'd be really sweet if I could get that done.
dude, and get in some more monster hunting, man. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, like I know that's gonna happen, but like is that as much priority? That's like my leisure time. I'm
Yes,
pretty sure I'll be
true.
hunting, but like those would be like the goals or things that I'd want to get done for me
Hmm.
to like personally feel good. Like I knocked out all these things. What about you? What are
Gotcha.
you working on?
I got a couple of things, man. So I'm trying to rearrange my garage so that I can get back into tufting because it's been a little while
Mm-hmm.
since I've done that. Um, currently figuring it out. We're on a job right now too for my company that we're getting towards the end of, which is really exciting because we have
Okay.
a couple more jobs coming up that I it's a it's like an hour and a half drive just one way to this place, right? And so it makes for a really long day. Um, and as far as home life, we got a couple of birthdays coming up for the kids.
Uh-oh.
I got my birthday and my son's birthday coming up real soon. Um, we have soccer starting for my son, which is going to be awesome. I'm really excited for that because I used to play soccer growing up.
Okay.
And then I have a couple things for stream too. A couple ideas floating around in my head. A charity stream I want to do. I'm
Okay.
like maybe need a little help like planning that. Um, I have obviously my usual stuff of just random Mario Kart and retro stuff lately. And I've been doing a lot of game design lately too, which has been really fun. I got back with like my core group of game design friends. It's my brother, our friend Randy and Sky, and we've been trying to each kind of make our own little platform game, and just do something simple, one level, have like an enemy or a couple of enemies and like a little boss, you know, too. So
Okay.
something very simple just to kind of jump back into it. I was actually working on mine before we jumped on this call, so
Okay.
I'm very excited about that, you know. And then all the other hobbies I've got going on too, you know, just kind of get to those when I get to them, you know. I'm not worried about it, you know.
Well, I'd love to see the game that you're working on one of these days. So,
I'll show you, dude. I'll send you a video right after
okay.
this.
Okay.
Heck yeah, dude.
All
But
right. So you want to do you want to end it since I started, Spray, or do you want me to end it as well? How do you want to how
I've
do
I've been M West. You've been Sperry. We've all been great, dude. Good job, everybody. Kick ass, dude. Take names. Press
All right.
start to chat. Now we're to
Yes.
press an N to get out of here. Let's
And
go.
thank you everybody.